After submitting 5,000 Upwork proposals over the last 18 months, one thing became crystal clear to me. And once I understood this one thing, I realized how foolish I had been in the past. And I was able to immediately 10x the amount of positive replies that I was receiving. So if you've submitted countless Upwork proposals and gotten little to no replies, and you're wondering what's going wrong with your approach, this video is just for you. And here are the 4 points we're gonna cover. First off, I'll teach you how to optimize the first 225 characters of your proposal in a way that demands the rest of it gets read. Then I'll teach you how to efficiently personalize each proposal in a way that makes the client who's reading it feel understood. Then I'll reveal the secret sentence I put into all of my Upwork proposals that's booked me hundreds of sales calls. And at the end, I'll show you the one massive change that I made to my proposals and teach you how to implement the same framework to 10x your reply rate. And if you're wondering why you should listen to me, well, I've booked hundreds and hundreds of meetings, closed 50 plus deals, and generated over $100,000 from Upwork in the last 12 months alone. And I've done this for my own agency and dozens of others in a multitude of different industries. So it's safe to say these strategies work. First and foremost, you need to optimize the first 225 characters of your proposal in a way that grabs the client's attention and demands the rest of your proposal be read. And to do this, you need to understand what your proposal looks like from the client's point of view. And as you can see, when you submit a proposal on Upwork, the client doesn't immediately get to see the entire thing. They just get this little preview. And so before we even talk about optimizing the first 225 characters, you need to make sure that you have a high quality profile picture, a clear title that clearly states what you do and the service you offer, and then relevant skill tags. After you've done that, then you can move on to optimizing the first 225 characters of your proposal. And to do that, there are 2 main tactics. Number 1, include social proof. How many years of experience do you have? How many projects have you completed? Have you worked with any big companies and helped them? For example, a member of my Upwork community has signed a deal with Pizza Hut. That obviously provides him with a ton of credibility because everybody knows Pizza Hut. And so we mention it in the first 225 characters of his proposal. The second tactic is personalization, which leads me right to point number 2, which is how to efficiently personalize your proposals to make the client feel understood. There are 2 main ways to do this, and I recommend you do both of them. The first way is to find the client's first name and to use it in the beginning of your proposal. And to do that, you can just click on the job, then scroll down to the client's recent history section, and then you're going to look for feedback from the freelancer to the client where they reference the client's first name. The next way is to write a few sentences based on that unique job description at the beginning of your proposal. Now, the amount of personalization that you include will entirely depend on your experience level and the amount of social proof that you have. Now, if you're a complete beginner, you have no social proof and no experience, you should be writing at least 3 to 5 sentences of intense personalization with every proposal you submit. Now, if you're a little bit more experienced and you have some social proof, you can probably get away with 1 to 2 sentences of personalization at the beginning of your proposal. And to make this whole system work, I like to have one proposal template for each service that I offer. So if I offered Facebook ads, I would have a proposal template on Facebook ads that talks all about Facebook ads, our experience in Facebook ads, our results in Facebook ads, etc. And that's gonna allow me to template 90% of my proposal, and then I can just personalize the first few sentences like we just talked about. And the entire proposal is still gonna be extremely relevant because we're only going to use it to apply to Facebook ads jobs. Point number 3 is the secret sentence that I put in all my Upwork proposals that has booked me hundreds and hundreds of meetings. And you might be wondering, Nico, how is there just one sentence that could take clients from reading your proposal to begging you to get on a call with them? And it's probably simpler than you think. All we're gonna do is add in one simple call to action to the end of our proposal template. And my favorite way to do this is to say, I'd love to hear more about you and your project. Is there a time this week or next that you're free for a quick 15-minute call? And that's it. And if you do this correctly, 50 to 75% of the people who reply to your proposal will just reply to you asking you to get on a call. I know, it's crazy simple, but it works incredibly well. Now on to point number 4, and this is the one you've all been waiting for. Here's the one change I made to my Upwork proposals that 10x the amount of positive replies I got. And if you implement this same framework, I guarantee you'll get more positive replies from your Upwork proposals. The big change I made was I started implementing social proof into every single section of my Upwork proposals, beginning, middle, and end. They all have some form of social proof in them. And the key here is not to seem pushy or braggy, but just to let it come off in a natural manner. Here's an example. The first sentence of my proposals goes something like, hey, client's first name, based on my 7+ years of experience in the social media management industry, having completed 100+ projects, I'm confident I can insert need. And then I'll write a little bit about what the client wrote in their job description. Then somewhere in the second paragraph, I usually refer to my 100% job success score, my Upwork top rated plus badge, or refer back to my years of experience. And here's the big one. After my signature, I add a PS section and then say this. If you'd like to hear straight from one of my happy clients, feel free to check out this video testimonial. Having a video testimonial in my Upwork proposals builds up a massive amount of authority and credibility with that potential client. And I can't tell you how many times I've gotten on a sales call with somebody who said they watched my video testimonial and they were positive that I could help them. And from there, it's a walk in the park. Using this social proof framework in my proposals has massively increased my response rate. And if you implement this same framework, I can guarantee you it'll do the same for you. So with that being said, that's all I've got for today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.